Hello, and welcome to the Newsfeed Talk Show Edition. I'm Camden Osborne. The college application, admission, and decision process involves many moving parts as college-bound students work to choose a school to continue their education, and universities aim to hit their demographic targets. On today's show, we take a look at the college admissions process, specifically at Virginia Tech, and chat with the stakeholders involved. I got the chance to speak with Virginia Tech's admissions department this week to discuss the targets and strategies the university has set forth for its incoming class. Over 42,000 applications were received during Virginia Tech's last admissions cycle, with only 6,600 spots to offer. Director of Undergraduate Admissions Juan Espinoza says this 36% increase is thanks to multiple strategies, notably the university's intentional and accessible approach to recruiting, removing application fee barriers and burdensome waiver processes for low-income applicants increased this population's presence to about a quarter in the most recent pool. Additionally, the university upholds their holistic application review, which involves looking beyond the applicant's academic performance when deciding admittance.
That term is something that's used by pretty much every college, every university out there, but we actually do it here at Virginia Tech, where we look at the academic side of the student, but we also spend a lot of time on the individual side, the personal side of the student, as far as their leadership, their involvement in extracurriculars, and just getting a better understanding of their story. That's really important to us to have a good idea of the distance they've traveled to be at this point in their life.
30% of the decision to offer acceptance comes from the holistic review. In addition to this strategy, Virginia Tech has set out to meet several diversity goals for its incoming class, which includes both first-year and transfer students. Reaching 40% representation from underrepresented backgrounds set in 2016 is well on its way of being achieved by next year's cycle when it expires. The previous two admission cycles have seen significant increases in low-income, African American, and Hispanic Latinx populations. The enrollment goal of achieving 1,400 core cadet members by 2023 is also on track, with this year's core making the highest enrollment since the 60s. Coming up, we hear the perspective of those in the midst of the college decision process, what high school students and counselors are doing to prepare for the big choice, and all of the factors they are taking into consideration. That story and more just ahead.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Welcome back to this special talk show edition of the Newsfeed. I'm your host, Camden Osborne. The college application process for high school students is constantly changing over the years. Virginia Tech has been no exception to these changes. Local New River Valley Community College programs have helped high school students afford third-level education. High school counselors have a large role in helping students figure out what route is best for them after high school. Newsfeed reporter Rory Ayler has more on the high school perspective of college admissions.
As high school seniors cement their careers, college applications are at the forefront. Virginia Tech has opened up its application to high school seniors through the Common App application website. Virginia Tech began allowing students to use the Common App in 2020. Cameron Kelly is a senior at Blacksburg High School who is applying to Virginia Tech.
Most of the schools that I was looking at too, go with the Common App. Tech was the only one that I had to rush to get because their deadline was super early for the on-site, but most other schools use the Common App too. So
students in Montgomery County and Pulaski County are fortunate to have the ability to take advantage of the ACE program. The Access to Community College Education program helps send students to New River Community College for free for 2 years. Students must complete certain benchmarks of GPA, credit hour, and community service hours in order to qualify for the program. Auburn High School head counselor Shelley Blumenthal has been helping students apply to colleges for over 25 years.
A lot of students that may even be able to attend four-year colleges are choosing to take this route with the idea that they can later transfer to a four-year college, having completed primarily their general degree requirements.
Deciding on a college is unique to every student, but there are some big factors that apply to the majority of high schoolers. A Fordham study found that students prioritize housing, food, and extracurricular activities as the most important factors in choosing a college. Some of Virginia Tech's biggest attractions include dining options and its community atmosphere. High school students considering Virginia Tech have a lot to consider due to its size.
I think it's been a big factor is the recreation and fitness centers. That, believe it or not, is a big factor.
High school students still consider the academic prowess of a school. However, that is only one of the many considerations. Big-time athletic programs can drive school spirit and entice high school students to apply.
Well, for me personally, I need a Power 5 school with like big sports because I'm a huge sports fan, and like one of my routes that I'm thinking about taking is like the sports business, that side of stuff. It's like being able to have a program at the university I'm at.
Applying to colleges can be very stressful for college students. COVID-19 impacted the college application process as many schools stopped requiring SAT and ACT test scores. The mental health of high school seniors can take a toll when considering everything they have to deal with.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty stressful because like it was piling all that on top of like my workload because like senior year it's supposed to be pretty easy, but I still have like a lot of hard classes, so combining all that.
The admissions process at Virginia Tech has seen large numbers in recent years. Large numbers of applicants is expected to continue due to the easier changes made to the application process. Reporting for the newsfeed, this is Rory Ayler.
Coming up, we meet the students who introduced Virginia Tech to prospective students and families. Volunteer campus ambassadors bring the facts, experience, and spirit to those considering Virginia Tech. More on these tour guides are just ahead.
COVID-19 has changed how we hang with our girls. Now it's time to take the first step that lets us get back to girls tripping instead of solo sipping. Before we can safely come together, we need the facts. As COVID-19 vaccines become available, you may have questions.
Should I get it? Is it safe?
Should I wait?
It's smart to question. Now get the facts at getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision when vaccines are available to you.
Welcome back to the Newsfeed Talk Show Edition. I'm Camden Osborne. One of the most impactful ways for a high school student to decide where they want to attend college is by stepping foot on the university's campus and touring potential schools. At Virginia Tech, Hokie ambassadors guide those tours to try to help prospective students and families make their college decision. This face-to-face interaction with guests enables these student volunteers to share decision-making facts, school traditions, and personal experiences to visitors that a website or pamphlet could not convey. As time dwindles down for those applying to colleges, the in-person campus tour is an important part in choosing a school and solidifying a decision. Newsfeed reporter Cameron Bouza has more on the impact tour guides make.
With the January 15th application deadline approaching for first-year regular decision applications, Virginia Tech continues to offer tours to potential new students. Tours at Virginia Tech are led by Hokie ambassadors who are passionate and dedicated students who share their love of the university and show the campus to potential new students and their families.
Yeah, so our name is basically what we do. We're ambassadors for admissions, and so whether we're giving tours or whether we're working their open house events in the fall or in the spring, or any sorts of things like that, we are ambassadors for the university. And so through that, our goal and our job is to help people. We're kind of a liaison between higher up in administration, admissions office, and those new students. So they come and not only can they go to admissions to get information and numbers and statistics, but we're actual students here. So we're not just trying to sell them the university. We're trying to tell them why we love it and why we've experienced, like what our experience has been like.
Hokie ambassadors have a major impact on potential students because they interact with them more than anyone else in the admissions process.
I love when people tell me how much of an impact I'm making. I love giving tours and interacting with families, but when somebody comes up to me at the end and tells me that, I'm the reason their son is going to choose Tech, that just means the world to me.
Tours for potential students can be just as memorable for the guides, as the memories they make on their tours stick with them for years.
This was when I was a brand new guide. I think this was my second or third tour that I ever gave. And I didn't know how to handle things like this, but I was giving my tour, and in the middle of it, this mom and her daughter ran up to me, and they interrupted my tour. They were in the back, but then they came up to the front, interrupted me, said, "You did such a great job, we gotta go." And they handed me a $20 bill. And we're not, I don't know what to do in that situation. And so I was like, "I can't take this, thank you though." And then they were like, "No, take it." And I was like, "I can't." And then they threw it at me. And so then there was a $20 bill that I picked up, put in my pocket, and told the rest of my group, I said, "This is gonna go towards admissions."
Tours this fall are also much more impactful to both the Hokie ambassadors and the families of prospective students due to tours being completely virtual last year because of COVID-19 restrictions.
It's been great. I've given 12 tours already this semester, so I think that should speak for itself, but I love giving tours, and it makes a huge difference being able to see people in person and get some handshakes from dads and see some moms cry.
In-person experiences like tours and open house events allow ambassadors to help potential students figure out where home will be for them, even if home isn't necessarily Virginia Tech.
While I recognize that not everyone will be a Hokie and not everyone will find Virginia Tech to be the home that I've found it to be, our hope and our goal is that you'll find the place that will be home to you the same way Tech has been to us. And my hope would be that every high school student ever would find the place that they can learn, they can grow, they can make the best friends of their lives, and they can just learn how to do life as an adult and do life with other people and just enjoy themselves. And hopefully a lot of people will do that in Orange and Maroon, but if that's not the case, I just hope everybody finds that place for them.
Reporting for the Newsfeed, this is Cameron Booza.
That will wrap up this special edition of the Newsfeed. If you have a story idea or even a talk show idea for the Newsfeed, let us know. Send us an email at thenewsfeednrv@gmail.com. And as always, you can connect with us on Facebook and on Twitter. Thank you for watching this special edition of the Newsfeed. I'm Camden Osborne.